breaks, Al Gore will have no place to stay. Yeah, the oceans aren't rising, but the awakening is rising. The people standing up against his tyranny is rising right now. And the New World Order feels that rising tide of freedom. When the levee breaks, Al Gore and his fraud will have no place to stay. He's going down. He's going down now. He's going down. He's going down now. He's going down. Going down. Going down. Down to Chicago. Oh, how exciting. Okay, finishing up with We Are Change Florida. We're going to go to the big finale here in a moment. Saeed and Steve from We Are Change Chicago. That song's just for you, where the levee breaks in Chicago. Good to be talking to We Are Change Florida. Anything else from the folks in Florida? Any other points, EM, that you guys want to add?
Yeah, a couple real quick points, and then I'll let you get to Steve in Chicago. One of the main points that I really want to point out is for those people out there who really want to do the kind of things We Are Change and other groups are doing in these confrontational type of style, don't worry about having an organization ready to go when you find out there's an event. I organized this in a matter of 6 days, and we had hundreds of people show up from a number of different groups who don't see eye to eye on most issues, but we did unite. And it's really helping to wake up a lot of people who are kind of controlled by the...
Yeah, I remember other listeners calling in, or I don't know if that was you, days before, and we put a video out telling folks to go out to the event. Did that help?
Yeah, that was me, and it helped tremendously, and that got the ball rolling. And then really it's all about getting online and getting on the message boards and really using meetups and just getting those emails out to people that are total strangers but are aligned on the same vision. And, one other thing, the cops were pretty hardcore at that event, so we didn't get to do the kind of up-in-your-face, confrontation when he was getting in his car at the end. But if people want to search all the videos of the Boca Raton Al Gore protest, you're going to see everything that we're discussing here and how big it really was.
You did an you did an unbelievably good job, my friend, and take care, Ian. We love what you're doing. You know what I want to do? I want to cue it right up to Al Gore being chased once he came out. I want to start the video at the end, and then before We Are Change Chicago and Ohio leave us in about 20 minutes, we're coming back to him right now, we're going to play the whole clip unedited of how they did it. They were inside, they were outside, they were everywhere, and it made all over the news, all over the newspapers, front page of some of the papers. I mean, this was devastating to this scam artist, and in front of hundreds of his mindless drones paying money to go be indoctrinated by him with his airbrushed fake book cover showing all these hurricanes turning the wrong direction. I mean, this fraud is imploding, and I just want to remind listeners, here in my stack, Al Gore has now canceled. I had it here in my stack. Here it is. Up on prisonplanet.com, Gore cancels on Copenhagen lecture, leaves ticket holders in a lurch. Holdren grilled over email controversy, how he's involved in ClimateGate, the White House science czar that wants to poison your water supply to sterilize you. We're going to talk about it all coming up. Stay with us.
Mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I've been telling you for months he's going to start canceling all his public appearances. Just like all the congressmen are doing, we're now publicly isolating them, showing everyone they're criminals, saying these are Madoffs, these are Ken Lays, these are criminals. And their collapse is beginning. We're going to play the start of that confrontation from inside. And again, that took over newspaper headlines, front of one of the major Chicago papers, top story, TV, national news. And that was a nice crowd of great activists. Those are the equivalent of our founding fathers. That's how it begins. You know what the Sons of Liberty did for 15 years before the war started? They did exactly what you just saw. Exactly. When the redcoats were stealing people's property and raping people's women and beating people up, and there was police brutality and the corrupt lords were out of control, the founders did that and a lot more for 15 years. And they woke the country up and got it ready to defeat the New World Order. And that's what we're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're hoping for a peaceful outcome in this by arresting these crooks. I want to go to Steve and Saeed from We Are Change Chicago. They also work with We Are Change Ohio. I salute you. Do we have Anthony from Ohio, too? He's coming on later. Okay, let's go ahead and go to these guys, and we're going to come back after the break and talk more. Just incredible job. I mean, it can't be done better than what you did in Chicago.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Really appreciate you covering it. We had an organized effort to confront Gore. We were all ready and organized. We went there early in the morning, got our wristbands, and really did a great. I think we really got him on ClimateGate, and thank you for covering it. I mean, the timing was perfect. You really covered it over the weekend, and that Tuesday is when we were going to confront him, because originally we were going to get him on 30,000 Scientists and Global Governance. But as soon as ClimateGate came out, we were like, we have to get him on ClimateGate. So we all sat down and you know, got a plan together and did it. And it was great that the media covered it. I mean, I'll explain it to you from the beginning. We just marched down to the borders in the morning. We got our wristbands, got in, okay. And then a couple hours later, they had the book signing. I'm in line with we went in groups. It was me and Sati, and Word, who's a member of We Are Change Chicago. Steve was he was a little bit behind, and Anthony was in the middle. We had Lee filming on the side, as you see that angle from the side angle. So I'm in line now. That reporter that you see in the beginning, he's a Fox News reporter, and he actually interviewed me before I confronted him about, hey, what are you guys doing out here? What do you want to if you could say anything to Al Gore, what would you say to him? And I said it straight up that I want to ask him about ClimateGate, about these letters and documents that have been hacked that represent and show that he's been manipulating manipulating the people. What's going on about this? This is there's so much coming out to prove that this is a hoax. And he kind of like the reporter kind of like stuttered and kind of just walked off like, okay, he was expecting something. So and then he also interviewed Anthony. I'll let Anthony explain that. We went up to confront him. I asked him on if he could talk about ClimateGate, as you see in the clip. He responded by saying, I haven't read the emails. And I mean, this coward, this globalist, I mean, that's what he really is.
Well, stay there. We got Syed, we've got Steve from Chicago, Anthony coming up, and we're going to play the video from the start. It is dynamic stuff. This is how it's done, and I can only salute everyone who's involved, and it's only intensifying. And now he's canceling his events, which we don't want him to do. We want to go out and confront him more.